Hello everyone, welcome back to another new video, and by the thumbnail you probably have not seen this coming. The following study is going to surprise you, but not in a way you expect. With that said, white is down several pawns plus a queen, knight, bishop for just a rook. You can win some material back by capturing on g8, but it does nothing as the a7 pawn will remain firmly defended. But instead of looking at the pieces on the board, try to see where they can go. You will realize that nearly everything on the top right corner of the board is frozen in place. The only two pieces in action are the g1 rook, the g5 bishop, and the enemy pawns that are mobile. If we can get our rook to the 8th rank, we can move our king with devastating consequences for black, but all routes are currently off limits. So we must win black's pawns, but how if they are all defended? The answer lies in the fact that if this were black to move, they would have no choice but to push one of the pawns, and none of them are connected. To start, the best move is rook to h1. If bishop to e3, we have rook to f1, and now keep in mind if black loses the bishop, their king would just be mated in one move. This means that bishop to f4 is impossible, while bishop g5 allow us to accomplish our exact goal with rook to g1. So the bishop goes to f4 first, and here we must not play rook to f1 because bishop to e3 will follow, and it's the same position in the bishop e3 line, but our turn to move. The rook should go to any square that isn't f1 or g1, and now after bishop e3 rook f1 bishop c5 we have arrived at a position I missed. Well, here is literally the only key move of this study. Take a moment to find it. Did you see it? It is rook to f4 threatening rook g4 mate. Black must play bishop e3 then back to g5, but after rook to g1, we have just completed a rook triangulation, or rectangulation. But wait, what about the 3 versus 1 pawn majority over there for black? Well, we just ignore it. The b-pawns will remain blocked if black doesn't capture, but when captured the 2 extra ones instantly become useless. As e3 just limits the bishop's movements, making our task easier, it is time to play the waiting game. So where is the unexpected part? Well, as black's pawn moves begins to run out, many moves are literally forced, and thanks to the criteria for brilliant moves, every pawn move and eventually half of the bishop moves are brilliant. This cycle of 3 to 4 brilliant moves in a row repeats at least 6, that's right, 6 more times until move 102. Black is forced to play e3 to not lose more pawns, but even that brilliance cannot save the game. By move 109, all enemy passers have been eliminated, and it is finally time for our rook invasion. After bishop c7 king to d7 bishop takes rook, what is your first intuition? I sincerely hope it isn't rook takes bishop, as that would have negated all of your hard work with a stalemate. Instead, it is the only move rook to e8, when f8 queen checkmate is unstoppable. This not only is a mate in 113, but according to analysis at depth 30, more than doubles the number of brilliant moves in a study. So yeah, that is the surprise. Thank you all for watching, be sure to like and subscribe and I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye, and this took a long time to find.